Okay, let's start with a simple reality. The days of businesses locking into these, decade-long, super inflexible leases.
Yeah, the old sign and forget model.
Exactly. Those days are, they're fading fast. The modern workspace needs to be all about flexibility, minimum hassle, and just total transparency.
Right.
So let's unpack this deep dive. It focuses on a really strategic expansion in the serviced office market, and it perfectly captures this huge shift.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Our mission today is to analyze HFD's Ospa serviced office brand and its pretty aggressive expansion strategy. We're zeroing in on a multi-million-pound acquisition that let them scale incredibly quickly.
Okay.
And we're going to see how this one move proves that flexibility, transparency, and sustainability, they aren't just buzzwords anymore. They're the new sort of non-negotiable rules for success.
And the company behind it all is HFD, a really prominent, very well-established commercial property firm up in Scotland.
That's the one.
And their main move here is acquiring a building called Mercury House, specifically to, turbocharge their Ospa serviced office offering. This isn't just buying a building, right? It feels like a statement.
It's a huge statement about where the entire market is headed.
So let's get into it. What are the specifics?
Okay, so the target is Mercury House. It's a pretty sizable office building, clocking in at around 65,000 square feet.
Wow, okay.
And it's in a great location, Strathclyde Business Park, which is right near Glasgow. HFD bought it from London Metric. It's a big investment, for sure, but the story behind the building is, well, it's almost more compelling than the price.
Okay, and here's where it gets really interesting. This is the part I love, the backstory twist.
Go on.
HFD originally built Mercury House themselves.
Yeah.
Way back in 1990. They constructed it, sold it years ago, and now, what, 3 decades later? They're buying it back.
Buying it back.
To turn it into this exact flexible, serviced office format, it's come completely full circle. It shows this massive shift in how they even see their own assets.
That history is. It's such a profound indicator of how fast the market has changed.
Right.
The fact they're repurchasing their own, traditionally built asset to put it into this new flexible brand, it just underscores how important this model is right now.
Right.
And Ospa itself, their brand, it only launched, less than a year ago, early 2024?
That's incredibly fast.
The feedback, the occupancy rates, it all just demanded immediate massive expansion. That's why they needed a building the size of Mercury House. Right away.
So the scale of this is what's impressive. We're talking rapid scalable growth in under a year. With Mercury House, Ospa's portfolio now has, 5 other buildings?
Yep, 5 others, spread across Strathclyde Business Park and Hamilton International Park.
So they're showing serious commitment, but the question is why? Why is the growth so explosive? What are they doing that's so different?
It's directly tied to what they're offering. They're solving the biggest frustration tenants have had for decades.
Which is unpredictable costs.
Exactly. Most businesses, especially smaller ones or ones trying to scale, are just tired of it.
Yeah, let's pivot to that core pain point. Because the traditional serviced office market, the industry standard, it runs on being opaque, right?
Completely.
It's, let's call it creative billing, hidden fees everywhere. You see this great initial price, but then you add on the internet, printing, coffee, meeting rooms, and the final bill is unrecognizable.
And for years, that opaqueness was just part of the business model. The old providers would make every little service a separate profit center. They'd capitalize on the fact that you, the tenant, had no idea what your real utility usage was.
Right.
Ospa just flips that on its head. They provide flexible, genuinely all-inclusive space with a totally transparent pricing model. They roll every single cost into one predictable monthly bill.
No hidden fees.
No hidden fees. It's their whole thing.
That simplicity is huge for the user. But let me push back a bit here. Let's add some analytical friction. What risk is HFD taking on with that single bill?
That's the key question.
If they consolidate electricity and broadband into a fixed price, and then, the UK has a massive spike in energy costs, are they just absorbing all that market volatility themselves?
They absolutely are. They are absorbing the volatility, and that operational risk absorption is the product they are selling.
Oh, okay.
What's fascinating is that the predictability of the cost is the premium product. Businesses will actually pay a bit more for a fixed monthly expense they can rely on than for a volatile one that might start lower but could, explode later.
So you're not just paying rent, it's a form of operational insurance.
Precisely. Rosemary Hill, a director at HFD Services, she highlighted this. She said that the combination of quality, flexibility, and critically simplified office management is the core of their success.
You're taking work off their plate.
Immense work. When you remove the need for a small business to have someone auditing utility bills or arguing over bandwidth charges, you're providing value that goes way beyond just the physical space. The positive feedback they're getting just proves it.
It really raises a powerful question for the whole sector then. Is transparency moving from just a nice marketing feature to a non-negotiable infrastructure requirement?
I think it already has. The market's response to Ospa suggests that if you can't provide radical clarity on your pricing, you're going to lose to the companies that can.
Yeah.
I mean, look at other markets, especially in the Asia-Pacific region. Professionals there use providers like Move and Stay for their extended stay solutions all the time.
Right.
And the expectation there for serviced apartments, serviced offices, it's already all-inclusive. Your environment is just ready to go, and the price is the price. HFD is essentially bringing that same high-level expectation to the commercial office sector.
That makes perfect sense. If you demand that clarity in your temporary housing, of course you demand it in your temporary office.
Exactly.
So let's shift gears, because this isn't just a financial move, it's also a major overhaul. We're talking modernization and sustainability, which is, the other huge pillar for the future of commercial real estate.
A critical investment point. You have to remember, Mercury House was built in 1990.
Right. It needs work.
So that multi-million-pound deal includes a massive renovation package. And the upgrades are heavily, heavily focused on sustainability and decarbonization. This is not a coat of paint. They're doing serious work on the building's energy performance.
Okay, so the energy ratings will look great, but what does that mean for the person actually working there day to day? What do the upgrades feel like?
They're completely rethinking the layout for our, post-pandemic hybrid work world. The plans show reconfigured common areas. They have dedicated focus rooms for deep work, which is a big deal now that people often go to the office to escape distractions at home.
That's a great point.
They're adding collaboration zones, modern showers for people who cycle or run to work, and this is critical, infrastructure like electric vehicle charging points right on site.
Oh, the EV chargers, that's a big one. That shows they get it. The office now has to compete directly with the comfort of your home office.
It has to be better.
It has to be better. And EV chargers, dedicated focus rooms, those are real practical things that help win that battle.
And if we connect this back to the bigger picture on sustainability,
Right.
it's clear HFD sees this as a core feature, not some regulatory burden.
Right.
All the Ospa locations already get their electricity from 100% renewable suppliers. So by investing so much in the physical building, they're embedding sustainability into its structure and its daily operations. It basically future-proofs the asset.
Okay, this brings us to what might be the most complex part of this whole strategy, the operational heart of it. How does HFD actually pull this off? How do they deliver this all-inclusive experience, managing everything from electricity to IT so effectively and keep it all predictable? It must take some serious internal coordination.
It takes a completely different corporate structure. The whole acquisition just showcases the massive advantage of their integrated service model.
What do you mean by that?
Think of it like a vertical supply chain, but for real estate services. The deal leverages expertise from all these internal HFD divisions that normally a landlord would have to outsource and then mark up.
So walk me through that. What kind of internal divisions are we talking about?
We're talking about their own internal teams for property acquisition, their own construction teams for the refurbishment, dedicated facilities management, even an internal renewable energy unit, and their own data and tech services.
So they control the entire value chain.
From the moment the building is bought, through the renovation, and across its entire operational life. Yes.
So if a typical provider has to pay an external IT firm for broadband and then marks up that cost for the tenant,
HFD is just moving that cost internally. They eliminate that third-party markup entirely.
which gives them tight control over the margins and the quality.
Exactly. And because of that deep integration, all those services, broadband, security, facilities, IT, can be confidently rolled into that single transparent bill without any surprise markups. It just removes all the friction.
That unified approach is really what makes their promise credible. For the tenant, it means their one payment really does cover everything. It's truly turnkey.
And the ability to handle the whole life cycle, from originally building Mercury House to now managing its renewable energy supply, it gives them this ironclad control over quality and cost. It creates a competitive moat that's almost impossible for less integrated companies to cross.
It really is a profound shift. So what we've seen here is this incredibly successful, fast-scaling model built on three pillars, right?
I think so.
Extreme flexibility first, then radical transparency, building trust with that all-inclusive pricing,
Yep.
and finally, a really deep commitment to sustainability, both in the building structure and how it runs.
And for you, the learner, this deep dive really shows that the future of commercial property,
Hmm.
it isn't just about leasing square footage anymore. It's about using a sophisticated structure to predict what businesses need, to help them scale quickly, give them predictable costs, and prove you're running an ethical, modern operation. These aren't just, aspirational goals anymore. They're table stakes.
That leaves us with a final provocative question for you to think about. If this demand for transparency, for all-inclusive simplicity, and for sustainability is driving such massive success in the commercial serviced office space, how quickly will the demand for those same non-negotiable standards spread to the residential extended stay market?
Mm.
Especially for those global corporate professionals who rely on predictable, turnkey living environments when they travel. Something for you to mull over.